Hello friends, welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, January 20th, and the weather today is frankly disappointing. Forecast was that we were going to get by now at least 8 inches of snow, lots of ice underneath that. It was going to be terrible. So we planned to basically go nowhere for 3 days, and it rained. It never got below freezing. We've gotten a lot of rain. The high today is going to be 49 degrees Fahrenheit, which is ridiculous for late January and really ridiculous for a day when you were supposed to be getting 8 inches of snow. But there is the fact that tonight the temperature will drop to 4 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning everything will probably be a skating rink by morning. So it's something to look forward to. I can't say that I'm terribly disappointed at the lack of snow, but you know, you kind of get your mind set on something, you get all prepared for it and everything. I made sure that I had gas for the snow blower and bought some more salt for the sidewalks, and we got some groceries in and all that, and yeah, it's rain. But life goes on. So today I'm smoking my Phil Rivera pipe. Really lovely little, I don't know, is that an apple? Yeah, anyway, I like it. And I allowed it to go out, so that's not nice. And the tobacco I have today, I'll tell you a bit about this, is Cornell and Diehl Bluegrass. And this is from 2017, September of 2017. I just opened it probably last week. Uh-oh, have to go to matches. You know, I find, as many of you do, that the Zippo pretty much needs a daily squirt of fluid. And for some reason, I can never remember to do that in the morning. But, yeah, Bluegrass, it's actually a surprising, well, I shouldn't say surprisingly good. It's, for me, surprisingly good because it is a Virginia Perique. Let's see what it says here on the can. A steady rhythm of bright and red Virginias is joined, remember it's Bluegrass, so they're going to have lots of musical stuff in here. A steady rhythm of bright and red Virginias is joined by an accompaniment of robust Perique and dark-fired Kentucky, making for a spicy little ditty sure to keep you on your toes. So, it is undoubtedly a Virginia Perique, and to my palate, the red Virginias are dominating. So you got that nice deep sweetness that you get from red Virginias. They seem to be well aged. There's not now this is a couple years old, but there's not a lot of that sort of harsh, tart edge that young Virginias sometimes give me. And it is just very well complemented by the Perique, and importantly in this blend, that dark Kentucky. So a lot of times the dark fire Kentucky is either there's too much of it and I just don't enjoy it, or there's not enough to really even pick out in the blend. This one, it's there. You can definitely find it, and it's pretty well balanced with the Perique. So it goes back and forth between being a dark-fired Kentucky Virginia blend and a Perique Virginia blend, and you know, sometimes they all meld together very nicely. It's really well balanced, and if you like something like the Three Nuns, is the Three Nuns Green that has Perique in it? I think it's the Three Nuns Green. I like the original Three Nuns quite a bit. The Three Nuns plus Perique is fantastic, and this is, I mean, it's not the same blend at all, but it's somewhat reminiscent of that. Very well designed blend. I'll show you a bit of the tobacco. It's a loose crumble cake, broken flake, I guess you would call it. so lots of chunks and all that, so you just have to lightly rub it out. And yeah, it's well worth trying. So it's Cornell and Diehl Bluegrass. Now this is their Appalachian series, and this is one of those Appalachian Trail. This is Appalachian Trail #1. And I think these were the ones that they designed for, or at least they marketed them for folks that are going to cellar them for a while. And this is, I didn't do it intentionally. Somebody gave this to me back in 2017. So it has been cellared for a couple of years, and I just got around to it now. But it's good enough that I think I'm going to buy some more and just see how it is fresh from the tin without a couple years of age on it. If you're wondering why I'm smoking so many VaPers lately, it's not by design. It's as I mentioned some time ago, I'm trying to clear out all the sort of one-off tins that I have, because I got a lot of them. And so I'm just kind of going up to where I have all my tobacco and picking something, and if I can't think of a good reason not to smoke it, I take it. And so I just happen to have hit a string of VaPers lately. The other tin that I have open right now is another Cornell and Diehl. It's Briar Fox, and that's an excellent tobacco. And I understand that this is a tin from 2015. I understand that Briar Fox is not what it used to be. There may have been some changes in the tobaccos used in the blend. I know, tobaccos come and go. You can't always get exactly the same leaf every year, so things change over time. So I haven't tried any. I smoked Briar Fox years ago, and then I just recently opened this older tin, but I'm going to have to get some current Briar Fox just to do the comparison. So I'll let you know how that turns out. So, got a lot of very nice responses to my video last week, and I was happy to see that. I'm glad to see that the vast majority of guys out there feel the same as I do, and that's great. So I won't continue to harp on the points I made, but it was really nice to see the supportive response that came in from that video. It was great. In terms of future videos, so as you know, I was working on some shop remodeling and a large woodworking project over the holiday, and I didn't get as far along as I wanted to with the shop remodeling, and that's caused a bit of a problem, or even the shop reorganization part, because so I had to use up a lot of space that I had for other things, like my photo booth and my scale, to work on the woodworking project. So I put those things away, and now I'm at a point where I really want to make that video on the pipe mortar, but I can't do it without my scale. And I really have got a bunch of pipes here that I got to photograph before I can send them back to a customer, and I got to set up the photo booth for that. So I got a lot of those kinds of things to do. And it's almost like, do you remember those puzzles when you were a kid, the little plastic square things that had numbers in it? You had to slide the numbers around. There was one open spot, and you had to slide them around to get them in order. That's what it's like working here right now. Like anytime I want to do something, something else has to move, and we're going to get past that. We're gonna have a really nice workspace in the not too distant future. But right now, things are a bit chaotic, and I've got a lot of pipes that I got to work on. I just sent out emails yesterday for folks that have pipes here to update them on how the queue is going, and it's going well. If by chance you sent me a pipe and didn't get an email from me, let me know. I think I've got everything good, and I do keep notes on when things come in and all that. But just in case something fell through the cracks, please let me know. But it's going well. So I got to get that. That's my top priority, is to get the pipes that are in my care right now finished and sent back to the customers. Then after that, I'm going to be able to spend some more time getting things into some sense of order here, reorder, building some new benches and things like that, and I can get back into making videos for what I call them. I guess shop videos. So I want to make one on pipe mortar. I think I'm going to make one on pressing tobacco, just like actually showing you that come together. I know I talked through it, but a few people asked for more detail. And I've got a good idea for something to press, so that'll be some fun. And I may actually start to do some videos around some of the shop stuff, like bench making and things like that, because it's, I mean, you know, there's plenty of woodworking sites and woodworking channels, and you can learn all you want about making a woodworking bench, but I want to make a pipe making bench, you know, so there's some things about that that might be different than just a general woodworking bench. So maybe I'll do some of that. I'm not gonna do a full build type video, but you know, maybe some things on the details as I go along or something. Anyway, that's in the future, and hopefully the not too distant future, because I really do have to get these pipes back to their owners. The one I'm working on today is actually quite interesting. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, I sent out a picture last week at some point showing a stem that I had started, and I said, you know, fortunately I really like making stems. I know that makes me a bit of an oddball, because most pipe makers don't enjoy the stems. And yeah, I don't know about the pipe repair guys, but to be able to say that you really like to make stems is it makes you an oddball, really. But I do actually really like to make stems. I like the challenge. I like the sculpture aspect of it. But I'm working on a stem right now, and I hope the customer won't mind me showing this off a bit. Now this is the stummel is not really ready to be shown, because it still needs to be polished and whatnot. But this is the stummel from it's a Duca Carlo, 7L Duca Carlo, and these stems, somewhere here I have the original stem. So this stem was damaged, and they want a replacement. And this was also bent. It bends like that. I straightened it in order to help me with the geometry of the new stem. And it's a very interesting shape on the shank, and I'll show you that from the side. This, by the way, has some tape on it to prevent me from damaging the stummel as I'm working on the stem. But hopefully you can see the shape of that shank. It's almost triangular, but with lots of curves. And here's the end of the stem, the original stem. So matching that was really a challenge, and so far this is what we have. And yeah, I think I got the shape pretty good. That transition to the shank. Now this is still a bit oversized, and you know, requires sanding and all that. I'm only talking about this part. This part down here isn't touched. Well, it's slightly touched, but yeah, I think I got the transition there, which it was tough. It was some really complex work to get that right. But now what I'm working on is this transition where it goes from being this triangular shape into what is really just a sort of a standard stem shape. And there's a lot of complex angles in that. And to keep the center line of the stem correct is a challenge. The other thing that's really interesting about this stem is that you'll notice it actually drops below the center line. So there's very little taper on the bottom, and then the top tapers down quite a bit. And that allows you to have a relatively thick stem that bends. So we're making progress on it, but this has been a bear. And you know, this is all just rough shaping, so today I'm going to work on blending in those tapers and getting all the angles right, and trying to keep that line straight all the way along. And then of course the button and opening up the airway, because right now it's just a slot with a hole behind it. And yeah, polishing it up. So that's the latest challenge, and I'm really quite enjoying it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of that. I should take a picture of what the bench looks like right now, but I'm afraid I'd scare people. Carving vulcanite, or well, filing vulcanite, is a very messy job, and you get vulcanite on everything, vulcanite dust. So it looks like somebody came in here and sprinkled coffee grounds all over the top of the bench. But that's okay. That's why I have a shop vac. So anyway, guys, I hope you're having a great day, and great weekend, great long weekend, I guess. It's a federal holiday tomorrow, so those of you that don't have to work, enjoy it. I don't have to go to my real job, but I'll be down here sanding away. All right, friends. Oh, and by the way, if you're not so lucky as to have missed this storm, I know I heard from Mark in Rhode Island that they're looking forward to the same storm that we've got. I hope it turns out to be something similar, but it was apparently going to be pretty wicked. So good luck with that. Stay warm, everybody, and stay safe. So with that, guys, I'm going to call this to a close. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And, of course, for your comments. I really look forward to those. So have a great week, and until we speak again, I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.